eventually does come out, because there is still no release date for it, that it is, you know, it is better and it is something that everyone can enjoy.
Oh, there's always going to be people that complain.
Oh yeah.
There's always going to be people. Oh, there's always going to be people.
Now, isn't that just typical? Isn't this just typical, Mark? The fact that now it's a dry qualifying with a chance of rain rather than it being intermediate and the rain potentially stopping. So we've got a reverse order as to when this rain is going to come. 50%.
You know what? All I've got to say about that, guys, is it's very simple. It's just, you know what? All I've got to say about that, guys, is very simple. This is what I say.
So yes, here we go. So we've got 50% chance of rain in the race, and the rain for the for qualifying. Sorry, and the rain for the race is up to 71. So.
We're going to have a wet race, ladies and gentlemen.
Indeed, I'm looking forward to this. 100% race distance. I am going to love this. It's going to be a case of when the rain comes, or is it going to be wet from the start? We won't know until around about 20 minutes time once we've had qualifying. And, well, let's see before we go out on track, Tom. Obviously, this, you know, neither of us really have done GP3 in the past, although we do have an idea as to what pace some people have. So, who would your prediction be on for qualifying in terms of for pole position?
Question. I'm thinking. Well, last night, obviously, Stiaro said that it would be a 1:31.7. I'm thinking possibly, you know, mid 1:32s, maybe high 1:32s. Possibly, you know, mid 1:32, maybe high 1:32s. You can do about second. So I think that's probably about right. That's probably about second. 1:32.7. So I think that's probably about right.
Well, I'm gonna go for a 32.3.
About right. I might be wrong. No, right.
Sorry, excuse me. Okay. My voice seems to be going again, which is absolutely fantastic. So, out on the track at the moment, 13.
You know what I mean? It's all quiet.
Certainly is. I love it. So yes, 13.5 minutes remaining in this qualifying session for GP3. But NMR Mr. Indio is at the front of the queue in the false India, so I will stay on board with him whilst he just completes his outlap as he's just coming through Maggots and Beckett as we speak. So, yeah, well.
I'm on board with XRL Ricardo, and I do take the mix out of it. I'm on board with XRL Ricardo, and I do take the mix out of it. Hopefully it's going to be really good, it's going to be consistent today. Hopefully it's going to be really good, it's going to be consistent. Let's see if Wes F1 next speed can actually let's see if Wes F1 next speed can actually live up to the lead race for last night, which was really good. Finished, I believe, to second place now. He needs really good for him.
Indeed, well, NMR Mr. Ingo now has just come across the start line to set the first benchmark, a lap time as he comes into Abbey to turn 1. Misses the apex on the inside, but he doesn't go wide as a result, so not too bad as he's just come through Farm and now into the village. Oh, he's gone quite deep into the corner actually, and he cut the corner as a result as he just enters the loop section. I mean, Tomo, obviously this new layout circuit which came out in 2010. There you go, that's my knowledge from it. As NMR Mr. Ingo has actually backed off his lap, he's realised that he had a corner penalty given to him. But yeah, do you like that new sort of complex that's been introduced? Or would you prefer, like when we used to just go through, you know, under the bridge and then just go straight in towards Brooklands? What's your take on it?
No, I prefer this. I prefer this layout. No, I prefer this. It keeps things to get, and you know, it just gives much easier. It's much more difficult, and you know, I think it's much easier. Those turns more difficult. Spot on. You've got to get that. It can make turns your lap spot on. You know.
Indeed, yeah. I mean, that first sector you can gain or lose so much time, as you just mentioned, and it's just so easy to outbrake yourself, especially going into one village, I believe it is. The loop is just more of a turning point, really, just trying to get, you know, a good apex and good traction.
I'll tell you what, I'm still on board with XR Ricardo. He's really fast. I'm on board with XR Ricardo. He's, you know, really fast. He's coming up to the last 2 corners. You know, Maggots, he's coming up to the last 2 corners. Come back and bite you unless you actually make or lose some time. Corners, actually come back and bite you unless you get. It's a 1:33 definitely. It's a 1:30. Here we go. It's a 1:33 definitely. He's 1:30 preliminary pole 3. That's the time to
F1 speed just goes a tenth off that with a 33.4. I think he lost that actually within the final sector. I know he can improve. So, well, yeah. I mean, we're in the 33s and I think, you know, quite a lot of people will aim to be getting into the 32s, but it is early days yet. You know, people will definitely improve as the session goes on.
I have a question for you, actually, Adam.
Go on then.
I've got a message from XRL. I have a question for you, actually, Adam. Why is the audio overlapping? Button saying
The audio's overlapping.
Why is the audio overlapping? Apparently so.
Explain a little bit more, if you can, please, Button.
Yes, please, button. Explain that one for me, and I'll try and we'll try and message.
Put me down to the volume. I know why. I just know why.
Okay, so we're on board right now with Assassin using the Ferrari. Okay, so we're on board right now with Assassin. All we goes a little bit too deep coming out of that structure DRS. He's done a 1:33.4. Look at that, top three have been separated by a 10th. That's that close he is so far for the pole position. Let's see how Assassin does, going far around the corner. I don't know if he's backed off. Yeah, he has backed off, he's going straight into the pit. It looks like he might have... Look at that, top three of it. Tom Chambers, right on board with him, and the Mercedes coming in short of the final. He's on a 1:34.0. So it's slow for him, but it has been an improvement. Yes, it's going to be an improvement. Yeah, a 1:33.3. He loses himself Chambers in third with him. Pretty impressive from Tom Chambers there.
Sorry, I'm just busy trying to sort this out still. I might need you to just continue for a little longer. Should be alright.
So, extra SC for life.
It's a he.
It's a he, right. A 1:34.2. The pace. So, extra SC for life. He's pretty good. I mean, if you think about it, tier 6 drivers have been doing 1:34.6. He's second up the pace, 7th in their lobbies. So, this is pretty good. I mean, if you think about it, tier 6 drivers.
Well, NMR just mentioned, sorry Tom, that NMR Mr. Indigo's currently gone pole. He's on a 32.8. So not too far off your prediction for current pole position, but obviously we're only about halfway into this qualifying session. Plenty of time to come to improve, as he's actually going into the box now to put a new fresh set of boots on. Obviously we're expecting the rain to come at some point. John Digweed actually had a corner cut on his lap. I thought he was going to majorly improve from his 41.7, but unfortunately that didn't happen. Mackenzie RX65, some people may recognise this gamer tag actually. Former driver actually, I believe, in F5 I think it was, or F4 last season. As he's just come into...
Tell you what, at the moment, XRL GP3 live, blind at the moment, he's actually superbly, comes around, tell you what, at the moment, XRL GP3 live, lovely on the line at the first one, and again, the second one, he may improve, but
it is an improvement, 33.6.
It is an improvement at 1.3.
Keeps him 9th though. The rain has fallen though, the rain has started to fall.
Here we go, so I think, well, drop that in tonight, is it my imagination, or would I go, I think, I said look at my imagination, or would I say, yeah, it would, wow, I said look at
yeah, he backed off that lap I believe, and then he went for another one and he got into the 33s, but it wasn't counted, so he must have taken a corner cut somewhere. As Ascassi now currently P7 on the 33.4, he's just going through Vale into Club Corner and then about to start his next flying lap. So here we go, Ascassi putting P7 in that Ferrari down the pit straight. The rain doesn't seem to be affecting them too much at the moment as he goes through Abbey to turn 1.
No, because I'm actually right on board with speed. It is on the fly at the moment. I'm actually right on board with speed. It is slower than fly at the moment. He's on a 1:33.0. The 2 ticks slower than 50 Indigo. And here he comes on right of the last corner, but before he gets on, he's doing pretty well. There he goes. Lovely on the apex there. Let's see how he gets on. Doing pretty well. Again, a lovely improvement. Let's see how he gets on. Pushing too much. And there he goes again. A might be an improvement. Let's see how he gets on. 1:32.3. Nice work there.
Did I or did I not say a 32.3 would be pole position? I was waiting for Wes to do that because I know what he's been doing in qualifying and he's put it out there, so well done to him. But back on board with Ascassi, who's in P7. Coming into the old turn 1 at Stone, he's gone a little wide on the exit, track extending like an absolute beast as he comes into Maggot and, well, through Maggots and Beckett's now. very nicely on the apexes through all of those corners through Chattel, and that was beautifully done there by Skazin, and the rain didn't really seem to affect him as he comes down the hanger straight now and in towards Stowe corner. Turns in well, just slightly misses the apex, but really good on the exit. This should be an improvement, I think, for Skazin. Into Vale, double this tricky chicane actually catch drivers out on the traction. No problems there for Skazin through club corner. This is an improvement. Where's it put him? 32.5.
32.5. There you go. 32.5. Obviously, I'm not surprised with Wednesday. Obviously, I'm not surprised with Wednesday.
Indeed.
We all know that he couldn't let you down. He loves you so much. Let's have a look at Mr. Indigo. So Mr. Indigo on a 132.8. He was sitting on pole for a while. So Mr. Indigo on a 132.8. He was sitting on pole for a while. And now he's been knocked down to third.
Not really, no. It does. It just seems to be like a little bit of drizzle. That's just probably slightly moistening the track, but not really affecting the drivers.
It's not, but Mr. Indigo went a little bit too deep into that corner. Let's see how he gets on. Mr. Indigo went a little bit too deep. Lovely on 3 and 4. All hits so good. Lovely on 3 and 4. You sit here and look at the stream, you think to yourself superbly. You sit here and look at the stream really quick. I
think I probably do. I'll get one in between the qualifying. Pied Piper. Now he's somebody, Pied Piper, that I would expect to be up at the front of the field. He won here in F4 last season, dominated the race. It is a track that he loves, and he's down in P7 at the moment. Obviously there is still 4 minutes to go, but with that rain coming down, you can see that the racing line is starting to slowly disappear. So he's probably only really got one more chance to get an improved lap time as he just comes through. He's already gone through the farm corner into village, and now the loop at turn 4. Decent first. I think he lacked a little. I think he lacked a little bit of traction there. But let's see my reference point through sector 1. It's not bad. It's probably a high 29 through that first sector. As he just cuts the end of Brooklands there and into Luffield. He's actually got into the grass now slightly, and Pied Piper just seems to be struggling.
Well, I'm on board right now with Ricardo on P5. Well, I'm on board right now with Ricardo on P5. He's gone 1.33, way too deep after that first corner down. He seems to be having a few issues. Way too deep after that first corner down. He seems to be having a few issues. He didn't get that corner there. You've got to get actually spot on. You get too tight. From that corner there, you've got to get actually spot on. You get too tight, too narrow. You lose your front end yourself off the track, and then too narrow. You sort of correct yourself off the track, and then having to be sort of correct. So Ricardo, unless he has an absolute line, so Ricardo, unless he has an absolute line.
Indeed, well, Pied Piper was just in the last sector as we speak. Just got Vale and Club Cord to go. Completely misses the apex actually at Vale through the first part. It's definitely not going to be an improvement on this like 4 Pied Piper. It's actually into the 134, so definitely no improvement.
No, but still on board with XRL Ricardo, Maggots and Beckett's as how he gets on. No, but still on board with XRL Ricardo and Maggots and Beckett's as how he gets on. Beautifully taken, and now he's going for the 4, and he had to back up a little bit. Beautifully taken, and now he's going for a lot of time on that one. Back up a little bit, but helping out. He has definitely lost a lot of time on that one. Do him any favour, helping out. The track is not wetting up as much as do him any favour, even with the track is not wetting up as much as we thought it would now. With a little bit rain, see the spray coming out of the tyre.
Yeah, the drivers are starting to lose grip in the traction zones, and I don't think anybody's really going to improve Mackenzie. He's got a second slow on his quickest lap time so far. Speeds actually come out on the intermediate tyres just for fun, I think. And to be fair, he needs them. He'll need them for the race if he's actually seen the race direction for it. So that's an idiotic mistake, if I do say so myself.
Well, I don't think it is actually. I think that's not too bad actually. Well, I don't think it is actually. I think that's not too bad.
Yeah, but it takes a bit. It will take a little bit of life out of them though, and he needs them for the race.
If he gets one lap, it's only one lap. It's only one lap.
Every lap matters.
It's only one lap. I know you won your race.
I'm just simply saying every lap matters as Sniffle just goes off.
But you know what I mean? I understand that and all that stuff. You like a dog, you know what I mean? Oh man, you know what I mean? You like a dog, you like Jack Russell with a bone.
Depends on the situation.
Oh yeah, it depends. Yeah, exactly. It depends.
Of course it depends. Well, let's watch Ricardo. Does he go flat out through the old turn one? No, he doesn't. Yeah, the tyre. It's definitely intermediate tyres now. Nobody's going to be improving with just less than a minute to go. So I believe that is going to. Oh, Tom Chambers has just lost it. That's that was an overtake. That was a fail. I was going to say overtake of the week. No, it was a fail of the week.
It wasn't an overtake. Was that? It wasn't even an overtake. I think he was just. It wasn't.
But he had the DRS open. That's what he had open.
I know. Yeah, that's. But I think what's happened is weak tyres. I know. Yeah, that's what I think. He had weak tyres. DRS completely forgot.
And now Rapids. And now Rapids has lost an end player as he went into Vale.
Came back and bit him in the backside. That's right. I'm watching Assassin now. He's improving his time, but that's not going down. No whatsoever that tyres down. No grip whatsoever on tyres. So yeah, even Rapids, he's having problems at the moment. Really, yeah, even Rapids, he's having problems at the moment. Look at this.
Indeed. Well, I'm just going to stick on Bob with West because he's actually on intermediate, so we can see what the grip levels are like on intermediate tyres at this particular point. He seems to be struggling.
No, he's not struggling that much. He's just trying to get some things out of tyres. No, he's not struggling that much. He's doing alright. He's not doing too bad. That's the thing at the moment. Let's see what happens. Alright, he's not doing too bad.
Oh, Button, if you're listening, let me know how the audio is now, please.
Pull back a little bit, but not too bad on the tyres. But I reckon I've got a feeling that when we come back into this race, it's going to be I reckon
quite possibly. We never know. We'll find out in a couple of minutes. Nah, he's just going to finish his lap just for the sake of it. Of course he is. I'm going to see if this, because is this going to be John Diggory's original attempt of a 41.7? I think it is.
That's not bad though. Why would we play some maggots and make it bad though? Well,
I think he's just having some fun.
Well, he's either having some fun or he's you know, he's either having some fun or he's done a 133. I mean, the times have been pretty impressive. I mean, the times have been pretty impressive.
It's a one-off occasion, alright. Maybe, anyways. Well,
you know what I mean? Basically, when I had to deal with my old you know what I mean? Basically, when I had to deal with my old company, every time it's like, I'm right, you're
indeed.
wrong.
Well, may as well do a quick rundown whilst we wait for Rapids to hurry up and finish. But F1 Speed takes pole position here at Silverstone with a 32.3. 2 tenths clear of Ascassin, who's in P2. And Mr. Indigo is P3, with Smithkill, his teammate, in P4. XRL Ricardo is 5th for Red Bull, with Tom Chambers in 6th, alongside his teammate Pied Piper, who's 7th, who, as I've said, had a really good race last year in F4, but not doing the same again this year. Rapids is 8th. He out-qualified RFC for life by 1,000th of a second for that 8th. John Digweed is 10th, and Mackenzie is 11th, around about nearly 2 seconds off F1 Speed's qualifying time. But let's see when we quickly have a... Well, actually, we're not going to talk about anything else, because obviously with this being most people's home... Actually, I think this is everybody's home track, I think, in this division at least. No, everyone is British, so everyone please show you respect and appreciation, if you do not mind, for what is going to be, for the second night running, the British national anthem. everyone managed to hear that clearly through, hopefully through my mic. So thank you for that, Mark Thompson. Now on to the race, and as you predicted, Mark, it is a wet tyre start. This is going to be interesting. And somebody's decided that they want to go already. Well, I don't blame them, seeing as though we did have to restart it. But anyways, Mark, your prediction for the win, one word. That's two. That's three. There's four. There's 5 words. Come on. Speed. Okay. Well, you've taken my choice, but I'm going to go with Indigo.
Speed. We'll be going. Okay.
Indigo. So there's our choices, guys. If you have your opinions, get them in on the chat box, or send messages to myself, XRL Bobbert, or to Hail King Tomo. So 52 laps, wet start. Anything can happen. It's obviously going to be unpredictable with the British weather and what we're going to be expecting into turn 1. Hopefully it's going to be a lot cleaner than the F1 division last night going into Abbey, but obviously we'll find out very shortly.
Well, I don't know about that, because obviously, you know, that was a dry race with well, I don't know about that.
Exactly.
That was a dry race.
That's why I'm just hoping that these, you know, I should have put option tyres on just for the sake of it, just for the banter. At least we don't have to move out of any. Hey, Tomo, there's a first. You've out qualified, mate.
Well, you know, it's usual, because, you know, I'm a superior person. Well, you know...
You're older, that's all you've got. Anyways, there's the 5 red lights, guys, and it's lights out and away. You had a really good start there, Tomo, actually. Come to think of it, but into turn 1 we go, and Wes has had a decent start, actually, and he's managed to hold off the Ferrari going in through Abbey, and it's a Ascassin who manages to hold on into P2. Then we've got the 2... Look at it, there's somebody actually not moving it. But oh, and Indigo's outbroken himself. And his teammate Smithical, who's having a look on the inside as they come through Village and in through the loop. And in fact, actually, it's you retiring. You've just taken your time, was it?
Sorry, it wasn't that much.
So it was you that took your bloody time. Well, Indigo has actually managed to hold on to P3, and Ricardo has got ahead of the Force India of Smithical, so Smithical's lost out already, as Indigo had a look at the Ferrari of Ascassin going in through Brooklands now and into Luffield. Ricardo just slightly going across the curb there, trying to get to the close to the back of these two as he can. But look at F1, look at the gap he's got already. He's got about a second and a half, 2 seconds on them. I tell you what though.
Apparently XRL has just sent me a message saying changing my gaming tag. Apparently XRL has just sent me a message saying changing my gaming tag. Any suggestion?
Exactly. Save that for later on. As Ascassin's now actually started to pull the gap. Obviously Ascassin is a wheel user. He'll be a lot better through this middle section. And as you can see, he's pulled the gap through 10 mile Mr. Indigo. And there's a bit of a train starting to form behind XRL Ricardo actually. So he's starting to fall off the back. And behind him is Smithical in P5, who lost the place originally to Ricardo, as a Williams has gone very defensive on the inside. That's RC Rapids, and he's got the 2 Mercedes behind him. So Rapids has actually gained 2 places off the start, overtaking both the Mercs, and it's Tom Chambers who he's got right behind him as they're coming through Vale. Oh, Tom Chambers not getting the power down, as the other Ferrari of
we've had a bit of an issue in the back now. We've had a bit of an issue. We've had a bit of an issue in the back now. We've had a bit of an issue.
It looked to me like John Digweed just went a little wide, and he's gone wide again in through Abbey. And this is RFC for Life's just going to go around the outside, and he's going to have the inside in through into Village. And he's taken it clean as you like. Good move there from RFC for Life, and John Digweed now finds himself at the back of the field.
They had a little bit of an issue going into that battle here, because obviously the 2 Mercs had a little bit of an issue going into
tell you what, look at the
what I love about
John Digweed just outbroke himself there. I'll tell you what though, look at the amount of spray that people are kicking. This is ridiculous. It's like monsoon weather. We're not in India here. Come on.
Do you actually drive a car?
I do, yes.
Obviously.
I've been driving now for 4 years. No, I'm just saying, because I've been to Sri Lanka on holiday in the monsoon, and it's just absolutely abysmal. As Pied Piper just trying to avoid his teammate who tried to avoid the Williams and Rapids, so the Pied Piper's got a bit of a better run. It's Tom Chambers has pulled alongside. Look at this, they're both Mercs are trying to out-drag the Williams down in towards Stowe. And Piper's on the inside, going to try and do his teammate here. Tom Chambers should have the better traction on the outside. Oh,
he does, but I tell you what, he's a teammate.
Here comes Piper. He's got to give it. Yeah, he's going to have to give that place back. He's nothing wrong with the dive bomb, but he cut the corner, did Piper. And indeed, as you mentioned, he's going to have to give this back, give that position back to his teammate.
I think he's going to keep that position. There was a bit of an issue with Tom Chambers. He did hit his teammate with
well, if Piper gives the position back to his teammate by the end of this lap, it's fine. He's got one lap to do, but the problem he's got is that he's got both Williams now. We've got both Williams behind the team Mercedes, and behind them is the Red Bull, the Ferrari and the Marussia. So this is 6 down to 11.
Well, I tell you what, looking at that, there seems to be a bit of a trend looking at the there seems to be a bit of a trend forming up from second right after, it looks like Sebastian all the way up, second to like, we've got a little bit of a battle going on there, so you know, this is why I like wet races, you never can tell what's going to happen. This is why I like wet races, we've got XRL Ricardo right in the spray, let's have a look at this, we've got XRL Ricardo right in the spray of, look at Speed's lost that advantage to Sebastian, and now all of a sudden we've got Sebastian, Speed's lost that advantage to Sebastian, and now all of a sudden we've got Sebastian, fantastic.
Indeed, well yeah, that 5-car train have now all caught and bunched up to one another. And in fact, actually look at this, Piper's getting away from his teammate, as well as some Rapids who have pulled a bit more of a gap to the 3 behind. So we've got 3 groups here of drivers, and all it takes is one mistake and you can easily find yourself losing several positions.
I think at one point when it's so far ahead, at one point when it's so far ahead, it looks like a few.
Well, what you got to bear in mind is people will be trying to fuel save within this point, because obviously they will start about -2 laps of fuel normally if you with going around servicing as we did last night. So he will. This is a good. Oh, Mackenzie's gone.
Oh, we're not Mackenzie. Gone.
Well, that means now if everybody does finish, everyone scores points. Fingers crossed that they all stay in. As I'm now actually going to go on the back of P5, which is Smithico, who seems to be very close to the back of the Red Bull of XRL Ricardo. But look, he's probably he just can't see a thing being stuck behind there. I mean, let's see if he manages to spot his braking point. Indeed, he does. As up ahead, Mr. Indigo went a little wide going through Brooklands and manages to hang it on together through Luffield.
This is a nice little exit there from Ricardo. This is a nice little exit there from, look at the spray. I can hardly see anything sitting on the actual camera action. Look at the spray. I can hardly see anything sitting on the actual camera action. Again, the 2 cars in front of they're doing pretty well with catching up, but it's really difficult. They're doing pretty well with trying to get yourself around. It's really difficult. Concentrate on what you're doing. You've got to try and get yourself around. Just thinking of concentrate on what you're doing. You sort of look at next thing you know, you're mixing up. When's my break position? And now we're going to look at this next thing you know, you miss it. This 5-car train that is just emerged from nowhere. This 5-car train that is just emerged from nowhere. You've got XRL Ricardo, and now you've got Assassin joining.
And don't write off the 2 Mercedes actually, and the Williams and Rapids. They seem to be starting to close in a little bit actually, whilst these guys are in the turbulent air. As Ricardo just cut the second part of Vale there, trying to get onto the back of Mr. Indigo, but it's just not working for him. And Speed has actually stepped, I think he's pulled out a little more of a gap actually through that final sector. I think this guy may have had a slight issue.
Well, it might have been a little bit.
He's caught it back up again nonetheless. Oh, Ricardo really going across the grass at turn 1, and Smithical has got a chance here if he can get a decent exit through the loop here and onto the Wellington straight. As they come through Aintree now, which is turn 5 here, now onto the Wellington straight. Obviously no DRS, so he's going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. And he's in the slipstream of that Red Bull. Can he get close enough? He's going to pull to the outside, but he's just not quite there.
Indigo having a look at Sebastian in second place. Indigo having a look at Sebastian in second place. Literally letting him know, going a little bit closer to spray, and even Wes literally letting him know, even though he's close to spray, and even Wes, but not putting him away as straight. When it comes around the corner, he would be.
Exactly, yeah. Through the first sector, Wes is quicker. Oh, as Ricardo's got a little wide actually go through through Cops, and is this going to give Smithco a chance through Maggott? No, he's just had to pull into the back of him through Maggott and Beckett, but as I was saying, yeah, Ascassin on that wheel is a lot quicker in that middle sector. You can see, look at the gap he's managed to close back in on the back of F1 speed.
Yeah, look at that gap, yeah. Absolutely. Look at that gap, yeah. Speed, absolutely. And, you know, massive gap back into speed. Assassin, when it comes around, you know, here we go, he's coming around, he's pulling back in, when it comes around, as soon as he goes into straight, he's coming around, when he goes flying.
Tell you what, Smithfield had a really poor run through Maggott and Beggins, and now he's got the Pied Piper all over the back of him as they come into Vale. Just about gets it stopped in time and shuts the door right shut on the Mercedes driver, but the Pied Piper has now joined in, as has Tom Chambers and RC Rapid. So the top 8 now are very close together, and it's just that the guys in 9th and 10th, that's John Digweed and RC for Life, just can't seem to catch. Oh! Smithfield! He's almost hitting the wall.
And he has, and there goes Piper. He's gone a little bit too deep, managed. And he has, and there goes Piper, and he's went a little bit too deep. I don't think he actually hit too hard, and then he went a little line off the actual track. It too hard, and that gave line off the actual track the chance he needed, and that gave the Piper.
And the same for his teammate Tom Chambers as well.
Very much, so he needs to take on the head for a while. Indeed. Now Smithfield's got to do all that hard work again. I think he'll just be like a little bit. He will be a little bit annoyed, but again, I think he'll back up. Like a little bit. He will be a little bit annoyed.
Indeed, yes, we're only on.
Too much. Pretty well for himself.
Indeed, the Alex seems to be working. They seem to be working together a little bit. Maybe Pied Piper is the quicker driver, but he still obviously will be under investigation for that overtake that he did on his teammate into Vale on what is now already the second lap. That seems like a while ago already. Nice. Yeah. You just commentators cursed in there. I hope you're happy.
Well, I say he did. But then, I'm always happy. Anyway, look, listen, I can't help it. Anyway, look, I can't help it.
Let's calm it down. Let's take it down a notch. All right. As Ascassin, Ascassin once again catching up to the back of F1's screen through that middle sector. Now as they come into Vale, you can just see that Ascassin take 2 bites of the cherry there to get the car turned in, and look at him, Mr. Indigo getting a much better run through Vale. But saying that, the Pied Piper got an even better run compared to XRL Ricardo. So this is the battle for P4, and Pied Piper, after a poor qualifying, I must admit, he seems to be looking really good for the race. But I'm going to go back and bomb with Mr.
Have a look at Assassin, Mr. Indigo, but he's here like a massive gap. Have a look at Assassin, Mr. Indigo, but he comes in Ricardo like a massive gap on Assassin, and he comes in Ricardo again. He's having a look, and when he goes into this corner, he goes to, but it's too heavy, too hard and heavy on the throttle. Corner, that's when he's too heavy, time hard and heavy on the throttle, and that's when he's a little bit in the time a little bit. Piper doing very well in fifth, a little bit in the sixth.
Ascassin's gone wide. Ascassin's gone wide at Brooklyn. I thought Mr. Indigo might have had a little cheeky look into Luffield, but it's not going to happen as they now come down towards the old pit straight, then into turn 9, which is Cop's corner. Let's see how clean these guys can keep it. But all this is doing is helping F1 Speed pull a little bit more of a gap once again. Ooh, Ascassin going very, very wide. He's going to have to. You can park a bus in that gap, Ascassin. Is that me being a little harsh?
You're a little harsh.
Firm but fair, I think. You're a little harsh. Is what I'm looking for.
Well, I wouldn't say that. Well, I can't believe that. I wouldn't say that. I can't be like, you know, we have to take care of each other.
Oh yes. Oh, what? Disgusting. Indeed. Well, Ascassin are very out of shape coming out of the hanging straight and Stowe corner. And look at NMR Mr. Indigo now. He's got a really good run through club. And is he close enough to make a move into Abbey? He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it, but he thinks better. Oh, and he's caught him off guard. Caught him off guard, and can Ricardo have a chance of maybe a dive bomb in towards farm? No, well, not through the farm curve into village now, and no, he's had to slot in behind, but battles going all over the place. And look now, John, I think is it John Digweed that's caught up to the back of this group now? Is at the back? Indeed, he has. Let's have a look at the lap times quickly. Look, he's done a 45.0 in clean air. That is 8/10 quicker than the next fastest person. John Digweed's flying.
very, very well at the moment. If you think about it, 45-0, doing very, very well at the moment. If you think about it,
Exactly. Yeah, that's what the clean air can do.
Well, there is that as well.
The saying that Wes has got the clean air himself.
Well, there is that as well, but also,
So maybe John Digweed's got a little bit more downforce in his setup for this rain, which could help him. But strategy and pit stops is what could make or break this, as well as obviously keeping it, avoiding the walls, especially at turn 1. As Ricciardo gets a little bit out of shape coming through Maggots, Beckett's in through Chapel, and Piper not quite close enough on this occasion actually to take a look, but the front 5 seem to be pulling away again from those behind.
They are. The wet tyres, mate. They are. I think it's coming. Wet tyres, mate. Or some of the other drivers have a few issues with coming up to the corners. Or some of the other drivers pushing a few issues with. Normally, what they were doing is right there, thinking, maybe I can push that a little bit. Normally, what they were doing is right there, thinking, do that. Try and push that a little bit on wet. You can't do that all the actual wet corner, sort of weight, take the car rate well with all the actual wet, but also the fact of weight to the car well, the back end rate, but also the don't treat it with respect that the wet car's going to come out and fight you in the backside. Don't treat it with respect.
Indeed it will, as
fight you in the backside.
Yeah, Piper's got a bit of a gap to his teammate, Tom Chambers at 6, and there seems to be two more battles, separate battles going on here again. There's Edmar Mr. Indigo, I think he's got a great run onto the Wellington straight. Ricciardo not quite close enough, but Indigo, is he going to have a look into the inside of Brooklands on his gas, and he's going for it. And is he going to shut that door? Is he going to get that door shut? And he's got it into Luffield. Indeed he has. Great move by Edmar Mr. Indigo. He needed to get that done, and he can chase after F1 speed.
There from Indigo, it was a very brave move there from Indigo. It was a very brave move, especially in the door as well. He did go for that. He just blocked the door.
Skassin once again going very wide at Cop's corner, but didn't gain anything this time as a result. And Ricciardo and Piper are quite close in style, but Indigo getting a little bit out of shape there through the second part of Maggots and Beckett.
Yeah, but that's spin. With lad, Sasson is actually yeah, but that's spin. Wheel controller. He's managed to pull back. He's got serious time on the wheel controller. He's managed to pull back where serious time on the again. Look, see the thing goes in a few issues with tyres. Again, look, see the thing goes in a few issues. How long will these wet tyres last? You know, I'm thinking. How long will these wet tyres last? Do these little bit wet tyres? I'm thinking. All these laps and how long do these wet tyres?
Some people will be able to get this to last longer than others. I mean, obviously we've done 9 completed laps, we're on the 10th lap now. It depends on when this rain's going to stop, if it does as well, or if we change to intermediates. So I'd probably say do 15 laps just to make sure. So then you can stretch. You can stretch your stint if needs be. I mean, wow! Look at this. Skassin has got a huge train behind him. Look at this. This is fantastic from GP3.
Ricciardo, he's got slipstream on the Skassin.
Oh, he thought about it. But it's Piper behind him. Piper in the Mercedes made a huge mistake and nearly let the door open for his teammate Tom Chambers. But look at this, XRL
Ricciardo. He's right on the back foot of Skassin now.
Indeed, he has. He's all over the back of him. Out of Luffield got so much better traction. Is he going to have a look in the inside of Cop's corner? He's going for it.
He is. He's going to have a look at it, but he's backed off. That was very, very wide.
Well, not really, because now Piper's got a much better run on him. As a result, as they come into Maggots and Beckett's, can he hold him up? He just about holds him off.
He just sort of gave he opened the door a little bit, and then sort of gave he opened the door.
Meanwhile, Tom Chambers is side by side with the Williams of RC Rapids as they come down the Hanger Straight. Rapids has just not quite got the pace actually as they come down the Hanger Straight, and Tom Chambers just about manages to hold on for now, but there's battles going on everywhere here. As I say, one mistake could easily cost you, and it nearly did for both Tom Chambers and Ricciardo.
And Ricciardo and Sesson as well, all 3 of those drivers. And Ricciardo and Sesson as well.
Oh, Piper took too much curve through. He took too much curve through Club corner. He's gonna have to ease off. He's gonna have to ease off. He's not gonna have to downforce. Here comes Rapids. Rapids is gonna take advantage of it. The outside. He's gonna have the inside into Village.
Wow.
Pied Piper not doing the team any good there and affecting his teammate, and Rapid takes full advantage. And now look who's all over the back of Tom Chambers. Smithycle's back in this as well. He's all over the back of the Mercedes as they come down in towards Brooklands. He's on the inside line. He's going to try and outbrake him. He's going for an inside move here, Smithycle. Rapids has gone off ahead of them though. Could that block either of them as they're coming through Luffield now? Tom Chambers has the inside line, but Smithycle's going to have the better traction on the outside, and he's taken that place. Tom Chambers has lost 2 places on this lap.
That's a very bad move there from Oh, Assassin's hit the wall, he's hit the wall, and Mo Ricardo's Assassin's hit the wall, he's hit the wall, and Mo Ricardo.
Did he lose his entire win, or was it just an M plate?
Oh my day, I don't know, I think it's just an M plate, but whatever happened, I don't know, I don't think it's an M plate, but whatever happened, XRL Ricardo was quick cut him in the issue, right-hander, he came into that last drive, on the wet right-hander, he came to the braking line straight away, on the wet, because of that, Assassin went a little bit too deep and hit that wall, and then because of that, Assassin went a little bit too deep and hit that wall.
Indeed, well, I tell you what though, even with this long train of cars, anyone can still win this race.
Wow.
Because Tom Chambers has just outbroken himself a little bit into Vale. And is that Scassin actually? He's now in P5. Indeed it is.
I think the problem was, it was a bad move there. I think the problem was it was a bad move there. I still think, in the day, he did, I still think, in the day, Pied Piper, he sort of question, he's the lead driver, obviously,
Oh, Rapids has gone off. Rapids has gone off, and Smithco's trying to go around the outside of the loop. A little bit of contact maybe, that was more from RC Rapids, and Smithco's now back into 6th. And here comes the Mercedes of Tom Chambers. He's going to try and go around the outside as they come onto the Wellington straight. He's got the slipstream from Smithycle in front. Is RC Rapids going to try and dive bomb? Look at Rapids late on the brakes. That was great defence in the end from RC Rapids. Much later on the brakes, and he got the car stopped in time as well.
Tom Chambers on the outside as well, he's having a look, but Tom Chambers is on the outside as well, he's having a look, really good battle. Top 2 are moving away, it looks like we've got a bit of a battle going on. Top 2 are moving away, it looks like we've got a bit of a battle going on between Hector Ricardo and a little bit too deep going to with again. I think, it's gone a little bit too deep. Oh, wow, Pied Piper's actually moved up to 3rd, Hector Ricardo,
oh, Rapids are on the outside! Rapids are on the outside of Beckett! You don't see overtaking there, but you have now from RC Rapids. That was opportunistic and fantastic, and Assassin just did not see that coming, but he's got the slipstream now as they coming towards Stowe Corner. Oh, Rapids just blocked him off at the last second.
He did, but Rapids got a little bit.
If I was Assassin, I would pit. If I was Assassin, I would pit, and John Digweed has gone completely off.
Oh my goodness!
Tell you what, John Digweed got onto the grass and he didn't get the car stopped, and thankfully he didn't take Tom Chambers with him. And now, in fact, I think he's actually lost the place to RFC for life.
Yes, indeed.
Yep, yes, RFC for life is now back up into 9th, and John Digweed's back at the field again.
What happened with John Digweed? Yes, indeed.
So all that hard work that he did. I tell you what, the rain seems to be easing a little bit. There's still puddles, but you can start to see a more distinctive line appearing. I think people are saying are going to hold on for intermediates soon. Obviously, because
I'm thinking 10 more laps.
I think it's going to be less than that. I think it's going to be 5. Well, if we look at the lap times, if the lap times start to drop all of a sudden, then they start to go a lot slower. Then we know that's the time.
Oh, Rapids is flying up the air. Rapid and Beggets, and here we go. He's got a nice little move here on. Beggets and Beggets, and here we go. He's got a nice little move here on. I believe it's Smithfield. He's all over the back. Smithfield, but no, it's Smithfield. He's all over the back. I actually have to say I do feel sorry for Sassy. A really good race. I actually have to say I do feel sorry for Sassy. Yeah, a really good race. That is literally the wall, and I think that is literally because of that. He's a little bit wary of going into that corner, because of that. Cost him a lot.
Indeed. Well, if it was going to be staying wet for a little longer, I would have said to Assassin, look, go for an undercut, get that wing change, and just pump in the lap times. But the problem now is, as we said, is the rain seems to be dying, and it's not long probably for intermediate. So he's going to have to hang on for the time being and just have to make do with that end play missing.
I'll tell you what. God, Tom Chambers, he had to literally slam on the brakes really rapidly there. Tom Chambers, he had to literally slam on the brakes really rapidly there. Flying around the corner. Literally had to brake really late. Tom Chambers was coming flying around the corner. And now we got a nice had to brake really late because of that. And now we got a nice little seat. Got a nice little seat work here. He doesn't seem to be having problems with that end plate damage that he's got on his front wing. It's not doing him any favours. Plate damage that he's got on his front wing. I don't know if it's doing him any favours whatsoever, because I don't know if it's doing him.
Pied Piper is absolutely flying 44.7, easily the quickest man out on track, and he's catching down the two leaders. It's
44.7, yeah, he's a second quicker than Mr. Indigo. 7, yeah, he's a second quicker than Mr. Indigo. And that's pretty impressive. Seems to me, these wet tyres, obviously you must be right. Seems to me, these wet tyres coming into, obviously you must be right. Won't be long. These wet tyres
a little bit of a moment there through Vale and the club actually, but still it's a very good lap from it. It's still on. It's a 44.5. He's still improved. Let's see, Indigo actually did a 45.1 on that lap, so he's still improving. And Speed has done a 44.7 actually. So yeah, the times are starting to come down. So the track is improving, the rain is easing off, and it's going to be intermediates very soon.
Well, I reckon, what do you reckon? I think they'll get another 2, maybe 3 laps out. I reckon, what do you reckon?
We thought Pied Piper was quick. Smithical's done a 43.8.
Wow.
That's
wow.
Indeed, yeah, and Rapids is in the 44s himself actually. Skassen's obviously struggling with that end plate missing, but he's at least ahead of the group behind him of Tom Chambers, John Digweed and RFC for Life. These guys have kind of all ruined their own races in their own respect in a way.
Well, I don't think they've ruined the race.
Well, it's dampened them a little bit.
You know, the problem is with wet tracks, there's a bit of a difference.
My apologies, I sincerely apologise for that. And Mr. Indigo actually got a much better run through Maggots and Beckett's than F1 Speed. And the gap's closing a little bit, but I think the turbulent air is probably not helping it. And he'll need F1 Speed to make a mistake if he wants any chance of closing a bit more. But actually saying that, they've pulled away a little bit from Pied Piper on this lap. There's that four-way battle from 7th to 10th that's going on.
I'll tell you what, if you look at it, I'm right on board Tom Chambers at the moment. Well, if you look at it, I've got I'm right on board Tom Chambers at the moment. He's absolutely unbelievable, you know. And I'm watching him through Magazine 100%. Here he goes, he's massive. And this end plate is doing 100%. Here he goes, he's massive. Oh, this end plate is doing now. It won't be long before Tom Chambers literally takes him, and he's going to have a look. It won't be long before right now. He's going to be right on the slipstream, and he's going to have a look. He's definitely going to have a chance to overtake him. Be right on the slipstream, and here he goes. Tommy's going to have to back out. He have a chance to overtake him. Go back out. Oh, nice overtake!
Great move. Great move from Tom Chambers.
Oh, nice overtake!
Assassin just didn't get the turn in. If I was him, I'd pit at the end of this lap. Just go for it. Just pit and get an undercut.
Got no choice. got no choice, but I tell you what, that was an awesome overtake there. Got no choice, gave no choice, but I tell you what, that was him made the move, and as he made the move, he got the undercut on him, and made him make the move, and as he made the move, he got the undercut on him, and massive gap. Look at that battle between him and Assassin. It's a massive gap. Time now. That little battle between him and Assassin. This nice little train race. A lot of time now. We've got this nice little train race.
Indeed.
Enema
Mr. Indigo is all over the back of F1 Speed. He did a 44.2 on that previous lap, beat Wedge by 0.2 of a second. And once again through Maggott and Beckett's, he just seems to be better than the Marussia. And if he just gets a little closer, he could have a look. But I'm honestly thinking, what, 2 more laps and it's intermediate tyres. If not sooner actually. I mean, let's see what times that we're going to be expecting this time around. I mean, does anyone dare go into the bottom? No, they're staying out for another lap. But Piper, who was gaining on these two, hand over face, is now struggling and he's falling away. And he's got Ricciardo closing in on him. Indeed, well, that last lap it was a bit slower than what they'd done previously. So that could be a sign to them that it should be intermediates very soon.
Well, I think it will probably be intermediates, but I think they're doing the right thing. They're just keeping on with these, I think it will probably be wet tyres. I think they're doing the right thing. Getting the best use out of them, and then these wet tyres. Getting the best use out of them, and then they're doing everything they possibly can to get as much tyre length out of these wet tyres. They're doing everything they possibly can to get as much tyre length out of these wet tyres. Look at these puddles everywhere. I don't think on this. Look at sector 1. Look at these puddles everywhere. I don't think on those times are coming down. But at the same time, it's still raining. I know the time's coming down, but at the same time, it's still raining. Rain's starting to pick up a little bit again.
Nah, I think it's saying that a constant light rain now rather than the heavy rain that we had previously. I mean, obviously we do have the puddles on the outside of the circuits where the drivers are not really using it on the racing line. It's just that, you know, there is that small gap where they have to keep the car on, and if they do go to intermediates, because if they go a little bit off track, you know, they could find themselves in a puddle and lose traction, and that could cost them a position maybe. But obviously they know what the grip is like out there, and they'll know when to pit. Smith actually had a really good run through Maggott and Becca. Oh, we've lost Indigo!
Oh, wow! Oh my goodness! Oh wow! Oh my goodness!
And Speed can breathe a sigh of relief. Oh, well, there goes my prediction gone out the window. I'm gutted for him. Gutted for him because he was actually in such a strong race. He was right on the back of F1 Speed. Looked like he maybe could have a chance to win today, actually, Enema Mr. Indigo, but connection has got the better of him, unfortunately. He's not actually online as well. I've gone to see if he was still online, but he's not, so I think it could be his own connection maybe. Ricciardo's now on the podium.
No, sorry, to that back. John D. Wood is 6th. John D. Wood is 7th. No, sorry, to that back. John D. Wood is 7th. I think he's probably 7th. Sorry. And yes, he has. I think he's probably pitted. I think. And yes, he has. Come out on pitted.
Nobody's pitted. I've gone on the race director. Nobody has pitted.
Come out on a. No, he hasn't actually.
I think that it's just that end player. It's that missing end player. Enema Mr. Ingo's actually sent me a message. FML. Well, I'm not going to elaborate as to what that stands for. I think we all know what it stands for. It's really unfortunate for Enema Mr. Indigo. And, well, there's no other word for it, really. The Piper now is starting to close in a little more on the back of F1 Speed, so maybe F1 Speed hasn't got this all his own way.
I'm not going right. I think it's about 10 laps. Looks like coming up that time now. I think it's about 10 laps.
Well, we said on lap 13 or 12. It's 12 or 13. So it's in the middle. It's in the middle of our predictions, but looks like it's going to be eking more towards you. Piper actually did his PB on that last lap of a 44.2. So So I wonder actually if that rain that's still coming down is keeping it wet enough so they don't have to change.
Looks like it. Could be an interesting strategy to do one-on-one. Looks like it. We're almost could be an interesting strategy to do one-on-ones. We're almost halfway anyway, so more laps. Could this be an opportunity more laps for all the drivers to sit there and go, so could this be an opportunity for all the drivers to sit there and go, well, might actually work.
You'll be pushing it, that's for sure.
Definitely, but there's no need. The track is not drying up, definitely, but there's no need. Around this part, the track is not drying up.
It seems to be a bit more of a dry line, and the sky just seems to be brighting still. If you look at it as they come down towards Maggotts and Beckett's, it's a lot drier and brighter down that way. As Piper, look how time he's getting through Maggotts and Beckett's. He took it as clean as you like, and he's all over the back of the Marusha of F1 Speed now. So he may have got away with it. He may have got away with it with Mr. Indigo, but he's not going to get away with the Mercedes of Piper. Behind them, Ricciardo's dropped off, and he's got a train behind him from what is third down to fifth. So good battle for the final podium betting position there. But I'm staying above the two leaders of Piper and F1 Speed, and I think Piper.
Yeah, I'm right on board Piper at the moment, as we stand. So. Yeah, I'm right on board Piper at the moment, as we stand, so I think we might as well do that.
Indeed, well. Oh, someone's died. Someone has blinked. Rapids is in the box. First driver to pit. Let's see what he goes on. And he goes on to the intermediate tyre, and someone else behind him has followed him, and that's John Digweed. Are the Ferraris doubles? Are the Ferraris doubles?
No, hold on a minute. We had a little bit of a touch, a little bit of an impact swing. No, hold on a minute. We had a little bit of a touch, a little bit of an impact swing. But Piper and Speed into the little corner.
The Ferraris double stacked, and it worked perfectly. They didn't lose any time. Good job there. Good job there from the Ferrari mechanics. Yeah, I don't know if he actually changed his wing. I need to see this. He's not changed his wing.
Obviously they've looked at it and thought, you know what, it's not affecting his time. Obviously they've looked at it and thought, you know what, it's not affecting his time. You know, they've looked at it.
Well, that's just really strange. Because if he has actually lost an end plate, it changes it automatically. But Smithical's actually in P3. He's got ahead of Ricciardo.
Yes, indeed, but now Piper has pulled back some time on indeed, but now
right, I'm going on board with RC Rapids, who's in P6 on the intermediate tyres. He's closing in on Tom Chambers, who's still on the west. Let's see, it's definitely intermediate. Rapids is closing Tom Chambers in handover fist. He's got a much better run through Maggotts, Beckett's and Chapel, and this should be easy, mate. Really, so Piper's doing the right move here, as is XRL Ricardo. Because Rapids, Rapids, he just touched the side of Mercedes. He's going to have to let him through. Indeed he does, and the Mercedes actually pits. So Rapids has actually done the right thing here. Gone onto these intermediate tyres, because these are the tyres to be on now. So it was actually in the middle of our guesses there, Tomo. So good job on both our parts. I tell you what though, where's Rapids going to come out into the lead? He's already undercut. He has undercut. Who's that that's come up behind him? Who's the undercut? Ricciardo. He's undercut Ricciardo, and he's now all over the back of Piper. That one lap on the intermediate tyres. Look how much time it gained him.
Well, there is that, and at the moment, well, there is that, and
indeed, and that's F1 Speed. They've done the wrong thing. They're going to lose out significantly to those behind. And Piper is probably going to take the lead of this race with Rapids in second, and Ricciardo's going to be third.
Well, it's one of the decisions, but they've got a massive gap. Well, it's one of the decisions, but
a pit stop here, even though you're going 30 miles an hour, obviously it does mean you get to cut the final couple of corners, as Piper goes tremendously wide at Cops. But yeah, it's about a 19-second pit lane, it is here in Silverstone. So that gap is less than 19 seconds between F1 Speed, who's leading, and Piper's third. I mean, F1 Speed's just coming into the pits now, and Piper is already halfway down the hanger straight.
This could be very interesting, actually. This could be very interesting where they come out. So this could be extremely board with pipe where they come up to the straight and speed is in the pit. They haven't even got to comes up to the straight and speed is in the pit. Yeah, he's going to lose it because here comes pipe. He's going to get past him, and yeah, he's going to lose it because he comes third place.
Yeah, because Rapids is right behind him. Ricardo's actually dropped off a little on this lap. And indeed, Piper takes the lead. Rapids a second. He hasn't lost out as much time as he thought. He's not far behind them, but he is in third. But I think Ricardo's got ahead of. Ricardo's ahead of Smithical, so it's still a five-way battle for the lead. First and
no, RC Rapids is actually in second now. RC Rapids is actually in second now. RC Rapids, let's see what kind of times, and now we've got F1 Speed in third.
Well, Ricardo's coming under some significant pressure from Smithical. This is the battle for fourth, who are dropping off. Oh, lag. A little bit of lag there for Ricardo.
Right from the back, so Ricardo needs to look at it, but the Smithical is right from the back, so Ricardo needs to look at it. Same as speed on 96 down that corner, it's really good. Same as speed on these guys at the top.
Piper's off at Cops. Needs to be a little bit more water down in the second sector still.
There is, just a little bit, but it's not too much. There is.
Maggotts and Beckett is a little bit of a slide there from Rapids, but he's managed to pull the gap to speed. Just seems to struggle through that middle sector actually.
Looks like it, yeah.
But yeah, there's still any one of these five cars can really still win this Grand Prix. Ricardo has now actually somehow managed to claw up to the back of the Marussia of F1 Speed, who struggled on this second half of this lap. And Ricardo just seems to pull away from Smithical, so Ricardo seems to does have the pace. Now that his tyres are a little bit warmer than F1 Speed because he's been out on them for a lap longer. But looking at the lap times, they don't really seem to be coming down. He seems to be staying at the same rate as the wets were, coming to the end of their stint.
I don't know actually. Let's have a look at this.
Sure, I'm going to have a quick look on the
let's have a look at this sort of time.
The old race director, and yeah, 44 as Skassin is retired, probably.
Skassin is retired.
Yeah, saw that one coming. Yeah, 44.3 on that last lap for Piper. That's the same as what they were doing at the end on the wet stint.
Very interesting. I wonder why Assassin is actually started.
I think he was at the back. I think he'd had enough.
Why Assassin is actually started.
The end plate missing. You know, halfway through that first stint, and his mechanic's not changing it. I think it's done him over. His RC Rapids is all over the back of the Piper, and Piper's gone wide through Chapel, and here comes the Williams of RC Rapids. He's trying to pull alongside the Mercedes, the side by side down the hanger straight. It's a case of who's going to have the line in towards Stowe corner. Rapids is a bit later on the brakes. A little bit of touchy, indeed, a little bit of touchy-feely going on between them, but Rapids takes the lead for now. Is Piper going to have looking towards Vale? No, but Rapids has gone a bit wide, compromised himself, and here comes Piper on the inside. He's going to have the traction. Is he? No, the side-by-side through Club Corner. Still side-by-side down to the pit straight. Let's see who's going to yield into Abbey. Who is going to yield? Rapids yields and Piper retakes it.
Nice little battle between these two. Nice little battle there between these two. Lovely going up there.
Indeed it was. I think he downshifted too many. I think that was first gear. It's not been too bad so far as the battle for P4 is raging up, and Ricardo and Smithical are side by side going into Brooklands. Ricardo just hanging on for the time being, but well, these five have got, if they keep going, that's it. Could any of the three behind them who have got the clean air close in on them?
always see what happens. Look at the time. I wonder that. I mean, 0 there from Rapid. Look at the time. I 1.42.0 there from Rapid. So that gives you an idea. Last time I saw him, and Mr. Piper's gone a little bit too deep, and Rapids is going to have him. He's going to have him right here on the actual little bit too deep, and Rapids is going to have him. He's going to have him right here on the actual straight. Two drivers think the side by side. Who's the touching wheels?
Rapids round the outside. Rapids had the traction on the outside line, the karting line, and he takes the lead back once again. As look, took 2 bites.
That's much better.
2 bites going into there.
That's much better though. Much better. Rapids though. Last lap he much better though. Deep, which opened the door for last lap. He Piper come back in and have another look at him. It seems to me that come back in and have another look at him. But at the moment it's to me that Rapids made a good move there on the gate. He's got this out back there. Easy bound on that one there. So we'll see what happens there. Always all over the place there on the second part of that corner. So now Piper always all over the place there on the second part of that corner. So now Piper's got a little bit of move.
Indeed, definitely, yes.
Every time Rapids makes a move, every time Rapids makes a move, Piper has a big there from saying that though, Piper, he's a bit bad move there from open the door for Rapids to make a bit more room, a bit too deep, and that's open the door for Rapids to make a bit more room. As I go online, speed has got a massive gap to try and catch up with Piper. Has got a massive gap. I think this should be well. Could it have been his downfall? I think this could be about it. You know. 42-0 down for. If you think about it, like, you know, 42-0 is what so far.
Rapids. Sorry to go across you. Rapids did that lap when he came into the pit lane because when you come into the pit lane and here, you know, you miss out the last 3 corners and you still go across the start-finish line at the same point. Because I've looked at his last sector time and it's more than 2 seconds quicker than what he'd done previously. So that's when he pitted, I believe. That's why he's so much quicker.
Okay, fair enough. Well,
saying that, he's just coming across the line now, and he just did a mid-42 on that lap. So it is, the intermediates are starting to come into play now. But nobody else seems to be doing that sort of lap time. He's in a league of his own.
It is definitely because I'm watching speed at the moment. He's still doing the 144. It is definitely because I'm watching speed at the moment. He's still doing the 144. So he was 2 seconds off the pace. Piper's going to walk 43 times. At the moment, it's the same sort of time Piper's going to walk.
Indeed, well.
So at the moment, he's like, look at that gap, the Rapid. So at the moment, he's like,
well, Ricardo actually, sorry to go across you, Ricardo has actually improved on distance. He's in the 43, a mid-43, so he's quicker than F1 speed. It's just he needs to find a way to get ahead of him, and it's just a case of where.
Well, I think, you know, in the day, if you look at Rapids right now, Rapids has got a massive well, I think, you know, in the day, if you look at Rapids right now, Rapids has got all the way through the wet. Everyone's been holding it on the wet. I think with these intermediate tyres, all the way through the wet, everyone's been holding up fuel back a little bit. These intermediate tyres, so burn off some, stop off fuel mix a little bit. Get some extra fuel, burn off some, doing 142. Hence the reason why Rapids is doing 142. Everybody's still probably doing 144 fuel.
Maybe. Well, I'm going to go further back and see what the guys at the back have done. Tom James has actually done a 43.3 in clean air, so he's quicker than most of the guys at front, bar RC Rapids. Behind him is John Digweed. John Digweed's done a 42.9, so he's actually on a similar pace to Rapids himself. So it's the guys at the back who are quicker at the moment than those from second down into fifth.
Piper has lost a lot of time because now speed. Piper has lost a lot of time because now speed. These guys are picking up some pace. He's got a nice pace now. I think this. Well, we have now got halfway part of this race. We have reached now another 26 laps to go. Halfway part of this race. So at the moment, halfway through the race, we've got Rapids in first. Mr. Diggy. So at the moment, halfway through the race, we've got Rapids in first. Mr. Diggy, and we've got Speed in third. Piper in second. And we've got Speed in third, and we've got XRL GP in Fifth, if I remember correctly. And just doing a whole fire there because Speed's made a massive mistake. Because of that, XRL Ricardo's right up his backside. Speed's made a massive mistake. Because of that, XRL Ricardo's right up his backside. And we're losing a lot of time. I don't know what's going on with him. Going back to the a lot of time. Tom Chambers, what's going on with him? Going back to the wherever he is. Tom Chambers was 6th, so that's quite with
RFC for life.
XRFC for life. XRFC for life.
It's alright, but yes, I mean, look at that. Look at the gap that Rapids has pulled. I think in the space of 2 laps, that gap's now up to around about 4 seconds. And I've just watched him for. I'm watching him for a lap as well, and I've not really seen anything wrong.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Oh, he spun it! He spun it!
Pretty good, actually. Oh,
he has.
He's pretty good, actually. Oh, he has as well. Wow. He has not, has he? Unbelievable. And that he has as well. Wow. The opportunity to move up second, and there goes XRL Ricardo into third.
And there goes Smithfield.
Move up second, and there goes XRL Ricardo into third. Oh my goodness, what on earth happened? And there goes Smithfield.
I'll tell you what he did. He tried to run Mario Kart into Vale, and he's downshifted too much, and he's going to reverse.
Oh dear, that is literally. I have to say, oh dear, that is literally.
Yeah, but look at this now. He's got 3 cars all right behind him as a result of it.
Oh, now, but I'll tell you what. Thank you very much, Rabbit. Thank you so much. It was getting a bit boring. I'll tell you what. Now thank you very much, Rabbit. Thank you so much.
He's probably going to be kicked. Oh, Smithfield had a half-hearted look on the inside of Ricardo, who's now having a look at Speed. He's gone wide. Here comes Smithfield. Oh,
and he's going for it.
Bit of touchy-feely.
Oh my God, going for it, and he's going for it, and they're touching each other.
No, here comes Rapids. Rapids is now going to run, but he's just having to slow back into the slipstream of the Force India as they go in towards Copse Corner.
Wow, this is actually a really good battle now.
All this is doing though, this is helping F1 Speed pull away, and Piper himself, he's now got a gap behind to those. So Rapids, can he get ahead of these guys? Because he's clearly the quickest on these tyres. As Ricardo's gone wide. He's gone very wide, and Smithfield has a little moment, and here comes Rapids. Oh, should have gone to the outside. Should have gone to the outside. Oh, he's got Smithfield. He's got Smithfield. Clean as you like. Great move on Smithfield.
And he's got Smithfield. Hopefully he won't make another mistake in this one, so let's see what he does. Hopefully he won't make another mistake in this one, so let's see what he does. Yeah, he's Mario Kart round now. Just take it nice and easy. But
if anything, it's lost him. Actually, if anything, he's lost in time, so it's fine.
Yes, he's catching up with XRL Ricardo, and that's given Wes a bit of a gap. Catching up with XRL Ricardo. Look at Piper, he seems to be losing a bit of time there. Look at Piper, he seems to be losing a bit of time there.
I'll tell you someone who is catching him. Look at P6 of Tom Chambers, who's been pumping in these lap times. He's gaining quickly on the back of these guys. Well, with this lot tussling, he is gaining pretty quickly, I think, in my opinion. And he could join this battle within, well, maybe within the next 10 laps.
Look at XRL Ricardo is losing a bit of time. He comes Rapids again. He can have another look at he could possibly perfect. Ricardo's gone a bit too deep, and there goes Rapids. He's got him.
He's hugged the inside of the corner, but still going to have. He's going to have a better run through the exit actually, and he's going to look at that. Look at the overspeed.
Wow. Wow, from XRL Ricardo.
And here comes Smithfield was taking a cheeky look actually on the outside, but that wasn't happening. Oh. Bit of lag on my half there as Rapids once again. First game, but Ricardo's missed. Ricardo's gone too deep. He's missed the second battle. And Rapids got on the outside of Club Corner. Oh, he's taken a bit much of the curb as well. So Rapids is going to have the slightly better traction, but he's not got the speed. And here comes Smithfield. Here comes Smithfield. Oh, not quite.
Oh wow. Well, I tell you what, these last 3 laps have actually been dropped very, very entertaining. I tell you what, these last 3 laps have actually been dropped very, very entertaining between these drivers. I have to say so. Let's watch this little battle between Rapids and let's watch this little battle between Rapids. A really good battle between these three and XRL Ricardo. Not pulling away. A really good battle between these three and Speedy.
What did I tell you about Tom Chambers on the previous lap?
You said that he's backing up.
Look at the gap between Smithical and himself now.
Not that much.
Exactly.
He's doing pretty well. Not that much. Tom Chambers he's doing pretty well.
I'm going to go on board with him for a lap. He's still done a 43.3 as his PB, but I bet he's been consistent every lap because he's had the clean air and he's not in any battle. He's bringing himself back into play, and he's no more than 10 seconds off the net lead.
No, he's not in any battle whatsoever. Well, I mean, these guys keep on battling, and all the content has to do. Well, I mean, these guys carry on with him battling, and all the race, don't worry about it. Just carry on with his, and he's race, don't worry about it. We're talking about that, moving and rapid. I'm doing it. Having a bit of a battle. Look at Tom Chambers. He's technical and rapid. Serious time on a bit of a battle. Look at Tom.
I think he's doing a PB on this lap. Oh, he hasn't actually. I thought that was a PB then. But it's very close to one.
I think he did a corner cut off. I think he did a corner cut off. We got a message here from Pure Hamilton XD. He said, we've got a message here from Pure Hamilton XD. Well, at the moment, normally Mo is here about Hamilton, but at the moment, normally we do a quiz here.
Exactly, and it's at the front, of the pack, as Smithical is all over the back, and Rapids is now struggling, and Smithical's got a run in him as they're coming towards Brooklands, but Rapids is so much later on the brakes, and he makes the corner perfectly.
Does, because I think, that's the thing, he's got a driver something to think about, because I think, that's the thing, he's got a driver something to think about, and Wes is building out a bit of a gap now, he's trying to cut him, move forward, and Wes is building out a bit of a gap now, he's trying to cut Piper hunt down,
so,
Rapid has gone a little bit too deep, he's going deep, all over the place everywhere, Rapid has gone a little bit too deep, he's going deep, all over the place everywhere.
I personally think the Rapids has gone for a more downforce setup because of the rain.
I'll tell you what, sorry. XRL Ricardo's made a I'll tell you what, sorry. When XRL Ricardo's made a massive mistake now, all of a sudden now, we were just seeing Ricardo, all Rapid right back into this little fray, and there's Ricardo, not that far Rapid right back into this little fray, and there's Speed, right, not that far in front either. One that seems to be benefiting, all the way, one that seems to be benefiting, flying around these corners like nothing, really cares about us, flying around these corners like nothing, really cares about us,
well, Smithical did his PB on that lap. He did a 43.4 behind RC Rapids. Tom Chambers didn't quite. I think he matched the guys in front on that previous lap, just because he seemed to have settled down a little bit. But as you can see, Ricardo seems to be struggled the last lap, and well, Rapids and Smithical are back in there. And as you said, look, Speed is not getting away again.
Because look at Piper's moved this battle. Pure Hamilton sent another message saying if he does go to dry, F1 next speed. Pure Hamilton sent another message saying if he
I don't know.
F1 anytime soon. Because at the moment, as it stands, we've got 20 dry anytime soon. Track is not drying up as it stands as it is. I mean, it's going really quick, but track is not drying up as much as it is. I mean, it's going really quick. Seems to be doing very well. He's been having a few issues with his wet. I'll tell you what, everybody else seems to be doing very well. Here comes Smithical now.
Tell you someone who has actually improved on that someone who has improved on that time is Piper. He's now into the 42s. He's a lot quicker than these guys behind, and he's pulling the gap.
Oh, actually, I'll tell you what. Rapid. Oh, actually, I'll tell you what. We've got pulled in the gap to have a look at Rapid. So Ricardo and look at
oh, Ricardo.
And Ricardo's got a bit too deep down, and here comes Rapid. I don't think he's going to have Ricardo's got a bit too deep down, and here comes Rapid.
Oh, what is that? What is that? This is why you don't go into first gear. He's on a 41.9 as a result of it. No. Well, saying that, Smithical's now into the 42. The track is improving again because everyone, the Smithical's now, it's Rapids has gone a bit deep actually, into the beginning of Village. And yeah, everyone's into the 42s now quite comfortably, so the track is drying up still. Speed's done a 42.3 and Pied Piper's done a legit 41.9, so he's actually still got the fastest lap. Just moving further back, I mean, RC for Life, he's in the 42s, he's not going that much slower than everyone else in front. He's on the same pace. John Digweed again, 42.4. Now what's Tom Chambers done, because he's the man on the move, 42.4 for himself actually.
Not bad for me, not bad for me.
I've just had a call from my engineer saying it's time for a changeover. Of what exactly?
Maybe probably another fresh set of intermediates. Maybe probably another fresh set of intermediates. I reckon probably number 7 more up quite rapidly. I reckon probably.
Well, options could easily the option tyres, because I knew you and Chris were talking about this last night as to how long the tyres will last. Option tyres can last 20 laps. I did 20 laps in practice and I had no real issue with them. So if the track does dry up, everyone will go to the option tyres. It's just a case of when the track dries up, as Rapids is now all over the back of Ricciardo once again. I mean, now look, yeah, the guys are improving significantly. They've taken another second out of their last lap time. Smithfield did a 41.5 on that last lap, where he did a 42.6 on the lap previous to it. Just shows, yeah, the track's improving.
Yeah, it is improving, definitely. It shows out that at the moment it's improving, definitely. At the moment it's a little bit.
Did you just say XRL? You said XRL button. You said button.
I did not say button. I'm not confused. I did not say button. We'll go on board with Mr. Chambers. Right, anyway, let's now. We'll go on board with Mr. Chambers. Actually, back now. He's a 141.4 from Tom Chambers. Back a little bit. Wow,
second fastest lap of the race, only slower than the leader by a few hundredths.
There you go. The Mercs are putting in the time.
Indeed, they are.
There you go. So maybe in the times, and they're doing all this shenanigans. So maybe all this shenanigans going on. Look at this. A nice little battle between Wes and Ricciardo. We've got a nice little battle between Wes.
Yeah, I bet Button would be loving if he could actually race in GP3.
And Rapid. Well, yeah, you could have a
burn! Get slapped! You just get slapped. Ice cold. Yeah, as you mentioned, yeah, Ricciardo is closing in the back of F1's vein, and look at Pied Piper now. He's got about an 8 second lead. Ricciardo does a 140.5 from Ricciardo compared to Speed. Speed is a second a lap slower on that previous lap.
Ricciardo's at 140.5, Rapid's at 140.6. Rapid's gone 2D, Rapid's on well 2D, corner, and Rapid's gone 2D, he's gone having a head on the corner, he's on a 141.2, Smithfield's having a head on the move, he can, Rapid's gone split 2D, back in the corner, and then we go on the straight, and Rapid's gone 4, can he?
But look at the braking of the Williams, watch out for the braking of the Williams, but Smithfield's got the inside and he's taken that 4th place.
Oh, nice work, yeah. Superb work there. Oh, nice work, he's done very, very well there. Superb work there. Again, making mistakes. He's done very, very well there. He's trying to do the little corners, dropping down the shifts. He's trying to do, don't worry about the little corners, dropping down the shifts and everything. Just don't worry about doing the,
Tell you what, I thought for a second that RFC for Life had the fastest lap of the race, but it's just been, it was Ricciardo who's just edged it from that previous lap. It just shows how close these guys are when it comes to, the track improving, it drying up. The rain is still coming down. It's still going to be intermediate tyres, but they're just getting into a groove at the moment. And Ricciardo trying to close up onto the back of Wes, and I think Wes is struggling.
Wes is definitely struggling. He's not a big lover of the wet. Wes is definitely struggling. He's not a big lover of the wet.
Still, he's doing what he's been doing all season, and that is maintain a podium position.
Actually, here we go. There's a question for you. Great Alan Cross. Actually, here we go. There's a question for you. For our viewers, name of the quiz. What was the
Was it faggot?
No, it wasn't very famous. You know what I mean?
Just saying that because I'm an Ayrton Senna fan.
Very famous name. Well, look, fair enough, but you know what I mean? Obviously, well, I'm a big Mario fan, but I'll tell you what, I'll have a look at
Smithical.
Ricardo, sorry, I was going to say, I'll have a look at Smithical on XRL.
You're saying it now, aren't you?
Ricardo, sorry, I was going to say, man. Yeah, it's your fault, mate. Anybody got any answers for that question I threw out there? What was the famous nickname? Anybody got any answers for that question I threw out there? What was the famous nickname of Alan Cross? No. Actually, the answers. I know you're an Wait for Centre fan, but what have you got actually?
Honestly, I can't remember actually.
What's your answer there, question. Button and answer. Let's see if any of our viewers can actually see if Button and answer and stuff. Let's see if any of our viewers can answer. One XRL Ricardo.
There we go, got it right this time.
Ricardo.
Tell you what, the rain stopped. It's not raining.
The rain has stopped.
Oh, Rapids!
The rain has stopped.
I thought it was stopping because they're into the 140s now on the previous lap again, and well, Smithical's the man on the move, and the people who are on the slightly lower downforce setup now are going to be coming into play. Rapid seems to probably start to fall off on his higher downforce setup.
Won't be long now, I reckon 3 more laps.
Yeah, another 5. Another 5.
I reckon 3 more laps. 3 laps.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, look, there's still those huge puddles on the inside if people think the tyres are getting too hot for them to go into.
Well, I'll tell you, and the person who's actually loving this I'll tell you,
look at the gap he's pulling out.
Loving this face must be 5. He's got a massive gap sitting there with the biggest grin on his face. He's got a massive gap. Speaking of decent times, I'd say he did a 140.8. He's well, Tom Chambers, he did a 140.8.
Pipe. John Digweed has done the fastest lap. He's 7th. He's on a 40.0.
Wow, I'll tell you what, hold a minute. Ricardo and speed. Ricardo's pulled back on speed.
Still this 4-way train, which soon could become 5 at the way Tom Chambers is going.
Tom Chambers is not that far away, actually. I'll just have a look at
I tell you one thing though.
we got a message from Pure Hamilton, sorry.
Yeah.
Pure, we got a message from Pure Hamilton, sorry. Question as you are over Hamilton.
Right, basically what Tomo's question is what was the nickname that was given to Alan Prost? Is that correct? Yes, so nickname for Alan Prost. I'll give you 5 minutes at tops. I don't know why that is because I've not changed it.
Well, I'll tell you what, out of the second, difficult. Well, I'll tell you what, out of the second, difficult.
It just shows that Rapids has got the high downforce setup.
Wow, that was very close to me.
Because, you know, he's got the stopping rates that he's getting is just next to none compared to everybody else, but he's just so slow on the straights.
Indeed, that shows out. Look at this nice little train here, speed has lost so much time. Nice little train here, speed. Oh my goodness gracious me. Look where time.
I know.
And look at the gap my goodness gracious me. Look where time be at least 11 seconds.
It's just getting more and
That's got
more.
to be at least 11 seconds.
He's now, let's have a look, so he's now onto the hanger straight.
I'll tell you what as well, we've been talking about it for a while, sorry about this. Tom Chambers, as well, he is now been talking about it for a while, literally almost on the end of this train.
The gap's about 11 seconds between the top
the
two.
end of this train. Look at this. Yep, that's right. I'll put it. And Tom Chambers has done a 140.4.
He's improving his lap time still.
He's improving. And look at the track. The track is drying. The track is definitely drying up. And look at the track. There is the track.
Ricardo had a much better braking stopping distance compared to F1's speed, and I thought he was going to make a cheeky little look. But look at the times that they're doing. Look at the times they're doing stuck behind F1 speed. They're in the 42s again because they're stuck behind him. Oh, has Ricardo gone wide? He's got a bit wide, and here comes Smithical. This is for the podium P position. The Force India trying to get in the inside as they come down towards Village. And he's still side by side. Rapids is trying to get involved. Ricardo trying to get back on the inside, but it's not good. And Tom Chambers is on them now. Tom Chambers is on them.
Got a message from Pure Hamilton XD. Yeah, that's correct. Well done, Pure Hamilton. From Pure Hamilton XD. The actual nickname yeah, that's correct. Well done, Pure Hamilton. A very answer. The Professor.
Oh, yeah.
The reason why he was called the Professor was because the Professor. He could literally find the reason why he was called the Professor was because
yeah, it was called taking out Ayrton Senna.
That was how he did it. You know what I mean? Okay, fair enough. I understand that. We're talking about before, you know, okay, fair enough. I understand that. We're talking about before, you know, we will have another question. You'll have another couple of questions. We will have another question. You'll have another couple of questions in a minute. Regarding let's see what happens. Yeah. As Rapids is trying to catch up. Let's see what happens. I think that is Rapids is trying to catch up.
Yeah, Smith goes in third.
Tom Chambers is not that far behind now. He's literally
He's on them. He's pretty much on them.
Far behind now.
Right, is anybody going to dare dive into the box? Anybody dare dive into the box? Nope, they're staying out from the 11. Tom Chambers
is going to make a move. No, he's not. Oh, Tom Chambers is going to make a move. That one. No, he's not.
Smithical nearly lost it coming out of Club Corner. Oh, that was a close call. But I'll tell you what, this is the battle pretty much for who's going to have, you know, the bragging rights in the championship. This is the championship on the line between these two, because F1 Speed, i.e. Wes, told me that his main rival is Smithical, and Smithical's now all over him, and he's got Ricardo for company. So if Smithical can get ahead of F1 Speed and Ricardo can do the same,
all Tom Chambers needs to do is get past the Rapids, and he can just literally get all Tom Chambers needs to do is get past the Rapids, and he can just literally get himself whatever setup he's got on this. I'll tell you what, and XRL Ricardo is actually making a move. He's got on. He was making a move, and XRL Ricardo is actually making a move. Now we've making a move. 5 cars in this little battle now. So back, and now we've got 5 cars in this little battle now. So awesome ending for this race. This is going to be an absolute awesome ending for this race. Last 12 laps. Sorry about that.
It's an interesting one. Let's see if anybody can get this one. As I'll just make sure that there's nobody going to try and overtake each other before I ask this question. But here, I'll ask it anyways. Okay. In what year did the British... oh no, actually, no, we had this one yesterday, didn't we? About the... Oh, sorry, Smithical. Smithical's lost his wing. Smithical's lost the wing. He's hit the back of Wes, but they're going into the pits anyway. So they've all diving in. Whereas Pied Piper stayed out, but Wes I think went too slow into the corner, caught Smithical out, and he's hit the back of him. So Smithical's going to have a wing change.
What are they going to do? What are they going to change to? It looks like
they're going to go option tyres. It's going to have to be option tyres.
Yeah. It looks like. Here we go.
But Smithical's going to lose out, and indeed he's gone to the back of the queue now. Tom Chambers has jumped Rapids in the queue. So he's into... Oh! Bit of... Whoa, hello. Rapids just had lag in the pits. And Smithical's now ahead of him. He flew over him to make an overtake. Interesting.
Here we go. This is what we thought. I thought it was true. Here we go. This is what we thought. Oh, wow. I'll tell you what. Oh, Rapids. Oh, no. Wow. I'll tell you what. That was so... Oh, Rapids. What on earth did you do there? That was so... So what was your question?
Well, I've got a different one, actually. And it is... Which Formula 1 team is actually based at Silverstone?
In Milton Keynes. That would be, believe it or not, I believe it's Milton Keynes.
You going with Red Bull? Anybody else have any opinions? Let's see what they think before I tell Tom if he's correct or not.
don't know if this was the right move for them to go on for the actual options. I don't know if this was the right move for them to go on for the actual options. Second place is third. Second place is...
Tell you what, Piper is staying out. Or is it? Has he?
John Digweed is in second.
He's staying out. He's staying out. I mean, it does seem to be. I think they've gone early for these option tyres, you know. I think they've maybe gone early. Ooh, somebody has just had a massive lag spike. And I think it's RC Rapids, because Tom Chambers is in 5th with nobody. Indeed, it was Rapids. Rapids is down 6th. Is anybody else still out?
Tom Chambers.
Oh, so Smithical. Oh, so it might have been Smithical actually. It may have been Smithical.
Tom Chambers was always.
Who had a lag spike. He's now 7th. RC for Life is 8th. But let's go on board with Piper, who's still out on the intermediates, and I think it's definitely time for the dries now. 4 and 10 laps to go. I just pit in and be safe and go. Excuse me for all the option types.
Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, I think.
He's got to come out ahead in the lead anyway. Oh, he's gone a little wide. He's staying out.
No, but we'll see what he does. He's staying out. Right.
Let's have a look. I'm going to have a look at the times that he's setting. Compare it to the option runners. And right, so he's just set a high 140 on that lap. Let's go on board with John Digweed, who's still on the intermediates himself. Does he come? No, he stays out. I think John Digweed's going for it, you know. Try and hold out.
Right, okay, got a message back from... right, okay, got
and he would be correct.
He said Sahara 14.
Right, so John Digweed did a 142 on that lap, so he's slower than Piper. But looking at this, F1 speed, he's not even quicker than that. He's done he's in the 43s. Oh, Ricardo! Oh,
now looks like Piper. Now looks like Piper tyre. A few issues now. Now it looks like the tyre drive a little bit, and now it's in a 140 with XRL Ricardo in a 140.
Yeah, I'm saying that F1 speed at a 43 on that last lap.
Obviously, the track, my line is obviously on the inside of the track. Piper is it. As fuzzer over, he can just move over to the left hand side. Piper right hand side. As fuzzer over, he can just move over, get a little bit of water over the right hand side.
Now, I'm just looking down the bottom of my minimap. Piper's in. He's in the box now.
I thought he would be.
In fact, if anything, he's actually eats out a few more seconds compared to everybody else here. With the track still dry. You know, he could have just found the puddles, got a bit of, water into those tyres just to cool them off a little bit, and he's comfortable. See, John Digweed, he's in P2 and he pits. Where's he going to come out?
I'll tell you what, the track has definitely dried up. I'll tell you what, the track has definitely dried up because all of a sudden Ricardo had DRS now because on F1 on speed, Ricardo had DRS. I think F1 on speed, Ricardo doing a 1.
I tell you what, John Digweed staying out on those intermediates, he's going to come right out in this battle. He might be at the back of it, but he's going to be a hell of a lot closer. He's going to come out alongside Rapids. Here comes Smithical. Is he going to be ahead of Smithical? Oh, he's right at the back of the queue. But he has gained a lot of time as a result. Oh, Rapids is off! Rapids has gone off at the loop and Smithical has just gone, thank you very much. And he takes P5 and he's got the DRS to pull away. Easy move. Rapids has just made too many mistakes. He could have been the victor today. He could have been, but he's bottled it.
Indeed, and now look at speed and XRL Ricardo and Tom Chambers. Indeed, and now look at speed and XRL Ricardo and potential podium for Tom Chambers. Having a nice little battle, and also potential podium for Tom Chambers. Gap, and look at this, and also and massive gap. Look at this, he can't get rid of him.
No, Ricardo is all over. He's
here comes Tom Chambers. Tom Chambers comes flying out of nowhere. Here comes Tom Chambers. Tom Chambers has come flying out of nowhere.
oh, Speed's just made a huge mistake. Here goes Ricardo, DRS flap open on the hang train. That's just easy. That's taking candy from a baby. Into Stowe corner and on the apex, and Ricardo's into P2.
And Tom Chambers right behind.
Speed's struggling even on these drying tracks. He's just not got the confidence. And here comes Tom Chambers. Speed.
Oh, Speed made a mistake, and Tom Chambers is going to make a move. Oh, Speed made a mistake, and Tom Chambers is going to
Imagine if that was a drag race to the finish on the last lap.
That would have been absolutely amazing. I'll tell you what, Tom Chambers 138.2 maybe. I'll tell you what, Tom Chambers 138.2.
Unfortunately, saying that, he's not the fastest man at the track. It's RFC for life who's at 8th. He's the fastest on track.
We've got a DRS open to Tom Chambers and trying to catch up. We've got a DRS open to Tom Chambers.
I think he's lucky there. He's only just within that detection point, I think, of the Red Bull in front of him. You know, a few more tenths and...
this is actually, I'll tell you what, this is going to be a really good fight. This is actually, I'll tell you what, this potential podium really good fight.
This is... Well, Wes has had that perfect... Oh, he's gone too slow. He's gone too slow through cops, and look at Tom Chambers now. As they're coming through Wes is out of the DRS detection of Ricardo, there's no doubt about that. Tom Chambers, he's just got to stay close enough to him. Indeed he has. He's going to flick it up into Rich, get that DRS open.
Which he does. That's a good exit.
Oh, he's not quite close. He's not quite close enough.
No, it's not close enough. Yeah, try and make a move. We have a nice, it's not close enough. You might make another move. All he needs is for Wes to make a mistake. Tom, you might make another mistake out there.
And David, what I was trying to say before was, as Rapids is into 5th, he's got back at a Smithical at some point. We missed that.
Oh, 137.4 from Tom Chambers there. Nice.
36 flat from Rapids. 36 Z. Wow. I mean, Ricardo did a 36.3 on that lap, and yet Rapids just beat that by 0.3 of a second nearly. So he's the man, and Smithical's actually struggled. Actually, so Rapids has got his head together. Out in front though, Piper's just in a world of his own. He's loving this.
He qualified what? Sixth,
I think it was.
He qualified what? 6th position. He's now leading the race. He had an awesome time in the West.
Well, we thought he was actually struggling on those intermediates to begin with, but as soon as Rapids made that mistake, he's got the hammer down, he's got the laps together, and he's got the gap.
And they definitely show that. Also, the fact that Wes definitely issues West as well. They definitely show that. Straight away now, look at Tom Chambers. He's now West as well. Catching up. With straight away now, look at Tom Chambers. DRS of Wes as well. Catching up.
Oh, he's gone too wide.
DRS got a Wes as well. He needs to get two next to it, and he hasn't. He's still got DRS.
Oh, he's not opening it. Has he got a DRS? He's got a DRS failure.
But he's not open. He hasn't opened it. No, I don't think he had a DRS over. I think he's well, I'm not going to use that. No, I don't think he had a DRS over. I think he's I'm not going to use that. I'll work on my way back.
In all fairness, if you want to save fuel, you may as well go into lean whilst having the DRS open. I think he has a problem. Because when I did some practice, I actually had, in one race, I had three times I had an issue with it. With it being disabled. I'll tell you what though, Speed's now got the hammer down and he's starting to close back in on Ricardo now that the track is fully bone dry. I think Wes doesn't like the, damp conditions compared to the rest of the drivers, but on these bone dry conditions, he's pulling away from Tom James and he's closing in Ricardo. Indeed, yeah, Tom James again, DRS is open to him, but he's not opening the flap, so I think he's got a DRS failure.
Maybe, it might be that problem. Ricardo is trying to hold off Wes here, and Wes Ricardo is trying to hold off.
Indeed, well, he's trying to maintain his record of coming on the podium at least every single race, and he's doing that once again, currently in P3, but he does have the likes of Tom Chambers, RC Rapids and Smithical all behind him that can take that away from him. We've got just over 5 laps to go actually. And Piper, well, he's already coming into Vale as Ricardo's just gone to the club. That gap is huge.
Yeah, I think Tom Chambers might have a problem with DRS. I think Tom Chambers might have a problem with DRS. Every time he gets in DRS range, he can't catch up with Wes. Every time he gets in DRS range, he can't.
Well, I hope that doesn't dampen a chance on him to try and take a podium paying position, because he's deserved it simply by catching up to the back of these drivers and through that intermediate stint. Well, 35-1 there from 35-0 from speed though, and he's closed in on Ricardo by 3/10 on that lap. Piper's actually only done a 35-4. So actually, these guys are all quicker than Piper, but he's already got the job done. He can just calm it down a little bit. Rapids again, 35-0. Smithical, 35-1. John Digweed, 35-7 from John Digweed. He's actually fallen off the back of these guys, and then 36-6 from RSC for life. He's actually done a decent job tonight. Actually, he's stuck with the guys, and he's not too far away.
I have to say though, I mean, last night's race was pretty good. I have to say though, last night's race was a wet race start. This is obviously much more the shenanigans, and then obviously Rapids was leading the race by a massive shenanigans, made a mistake. Rapids was leading the race by a massive Piper, and also made a mistake, and opened the door for Piper, and then on it just got better and better. Now we're on the options, and then on it just got better and better. Now we're on the options, now we've got really good. I have to say, really good, really impressive.
It's not been too shabby at all, actually, to be fair to these guys. F1 Speed has pulled away from Tom Chambers. Tom Chambers did not have DRS actually available to him to actually even think about opening the flat, but F1 Speed at 34-6 on that lap, and I think he's just about within the detection point of XRL Ricardo, but we'll see as they come down the Wellington Straight and out of Aintree.
XRL Ricardo locked up there. XRL Ricardo locked up there. The door for Wes to say that I'm here. I'm actually got the door for Wes to say that Wes got the DRS open. You're making mistakes now. Not that far behind. Got the DRS open. Here he comes. Not that far behind. And there you go, XRL Ricardo making another mistake there. That's 2 mistakes he's made. And there you go, XRL Ricardo making another mistake. So now, where's 2 mistakes he's made? Biden is space for 2 corners. So now, where's just sitting there? Biden is sitting there, waiting. He's got to be patient now. And then when he waits to, he'll strike. And then he'll got to make that move. And then when XRL Ricardo sits there thinking, oh yeah, I've got plenty of time, it's not a problem at all. Just when XRL Ricardo sits there thinking, oh yeah, I've got plenty of time, it's not a problem at all. Do, right now. There you go, see straight away. XRL Ricardo made a mistake, and right now. There you go, see straight away. Got the DRS wide open, made a mistake, and speed makes right move. He's going to DRS wide open, and
a little bit of a touch.
He's going to. There he goes. Wow, I don't know. Was that a bit too over-aggressive defending?
Wow. I'm not quite sure, but Rapids has now got ahead of Tom Chambers. Tom Chambers has made a mistake as Rapids just cut through Vale, and he's starting to fall off a little bit. So Rapids is now into P4.
Well, tell you what, when 1:34.3 on that last lap, tell you what, and he's going to have DRS next to Ricardo. Ricardo's gone a bit too deep here, and see, he blocked up to Ricardo. Ricardo's gone a bit too deep here, and see, he blocked up this 12 on speed again. Here. He's going to have DRS, he might even have a good exit, and obviously with these corners here, he's going to have DRS, he might even have a good exit. Relax. Wait for him, make mistakes, he's got to be patient, just sit back, relax, wait for him.
Oh, hello, someone's got, Rapids is just, oh, no, it's just Tom Chambers. I thought somebody went off at turn 1 then. Oh, Tom Chambers is ahead of Rapids, he's gone ahead of him. Rapids has outbroke himself. But I think, did somebody just make a mistake and go into the wall at turn 1? Was it RFC for life? Has he lost into turn 1? He has. He's lost his front wing. He's got into the wall at turn 1 with 3 laps to go.
Yeah. Yeah. There you are, Ricardo. He's still holding off Wes. There you are, Ricardo. Catch him up, but then still holding off Wes. Wes is trying to DRS. And then all of a sudden out of nowhere, too far back behind. DRS, but trying to catch Ricardo up. Too far back behind. Oh, but Ricardo's gone too deep, and that is just literally opened the door up for Wes. Oh, but Ricardo's gone too deep, and that is just literally opened the door up for Wes again. Obviously, Nick watching the leader, but he's got such a massive gap. A much better normally, obviously, Nick watching the leader, but he's got second place gap. This is a much better remaining, and there you go, 34 second place with he's 2 laps remaining, faster and faster. There you go, 34-2 from Wes. The hammer's catching up.
Indeed, well, he's just got on the 2 laps remaining here to see if he can take that second place away from Ricardo in that Red Bull, but he may have to look out in his mirrors maybe at the same time, because Tom James is back into 4th place. He's trying to catch up if he can, but I think it may be too much for him, so this could be the battle.
I think it's too little, too late. It's going to be the best battle as I think it's too little, too late between Ricardo and Wes. Best battle as needs to be very patient, you know, like between Ricardo and Wes. You're sitting there waiting for that patient, you know, like a little bit too close to that adrenaline. You're sitting there waiting for that animal to come a little bit too close to that adrenaline. Pulling Ricardo in again. You're getting quicker and quicker, slowly but surely pulling Ricardo in again. You're getting quicker and quicker. Ricardo's making this one little bit too. No, he hasn't, but Ricardo's still gone a little bit too. No, he hasn't. I'm right behind you. I can make it behind you. Trust me. Don't worry about that. I'm right behind you.
Indeed, well, he just got through the end of.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah, much better this time from F1 Sweden. He's got the DRS open down and hanging straight. Is he going to be close enough to make a move? I don't think so, Ricardo. No, he doesn't need to bother to defend.
Doesn't, but speed is much closer now. Doesn't, but.
I'll tell you what, they have dropped. They've dropped everybody behind them.
Hell of a lot closer. They have indeed, without a show of a doubt. They have indeed. 33.9 there from Wes. Wow. He's just getting quicker and quicker. 33.9 there from Wes. Wow. What the hell am I talking about, Ricardo? Quicker and quicker, but obviously, what the hell am I talking about, Ricardo? He's tyres there, but he's still got second. It looks like Ricardo's all over the tyres there, but he's still got second. It looks like Ricardo's all over the place, and he's making literally. All of a sudden, he can't get that move done. Every time he looks like he's going to make a move.
Indeed, well, he's only got one real final chance, unless Ricardo makes a mistake, and that's down into store.
Oh yeah, he's made the mistake there.
No, not really, just kicked up the dust a little bit. I think he's going to be alright. He's not the better traction at the end of the corner. That's his saving grace from that. But yeah, he's just got to keep it cool, keep it calm. That's all he needs to do, and he'll take a win. Well, sorry, take a second place, which will feel like a win for him, considering the lead that Piper has.
You say that, I'll make you say that. And Wes just had a better and Wes just had a better exit out of that corner. No, straight away.
Ricardo's got it. I think Wes is he's not close enough. But the Piper, who seemed to struggle in the wet, who found his pace all of a sudden, he's come through Vale, now just through Club Corner, and he takes the win at Silverstone. He told me who doesn't do really well or really bad, and he's done really well tonight. Great win for him. Ricardo is going to hold off F1F Speed for second place, and that's going to be 18 well-deserved points for the Red Bull driver. Speed's going to come home and maintain his podium finishing stance. He comes on third. Tom Chambers is going to come on fourth from a great fight back from him. Rapids is fifth. Smithical will be disappointed in sixth. He loses more points to F1 Speed in the championship. John Digweed finishes seventh, and we just wait on RSC for life. He obviously crashed into turn one. Unfortunately on his behalf, and he's just basically coasting around now to, well, get 4 well-deserved championship points for not only for himself but for the Marussia Racing team. So after what has been actually a pretty good race, considering we only had 11 starters.
Well, look at that, there you go. Piper started in 7th, qualified in 7th. Well, look at that, there you go. Ricardo, he qualified 5th, finished second, fantastic first. Ricardo, he qualified from 5th, finished third. Fantastic. Tom Chambers, 6th, dropped from 1st to 3rd, and even Chambers to 5th. And then you got Smithfield from 4th, he drops down. Even Rapids, 8th, and then Johnny Weed, and then you got Smithfield from 10th, he drops down to 7th, and then you got XRL GP3, live 7th, he qualified 9th, and he finished XRL live, he qualified 9th, and he actually finished, fantastic racing,
Indeed it was. Well,
fantastic
we shall get the top 3 into the box and get their thoughts and opinions on the race. Obviously, that's the second season in a row that the Pied Piper's won at Silverstone. Completely likes this track, even though he says it either goes really well or really bad. But like I said, the last 2 seasons in F4 and here in GP3, it's gone really well.
Is Mr. Corner Cut himself?
What are you on about? TRL buttons. TRL buttons not here.
Well, okay. Congratulations. First and foremost, obviously, Pied Piper, congratulations. You know, you qualified what? 7th? Tell us about your race. You know, you qualified go for it. 7th? Tell us about your race, go for it.
Well, basically, beforehand I didn't have a lot of pace. I started 7th in wet in Malaysia and I won that. So I started 7th pretty lucky in wet in Malaysia and I won that. Pretty good start. Battling in with 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. I had a pretty good start. Battling in with 5th and eventually got up past the position. Everybody was leading the race and eventually got up really fast. Like everybody was leading the race and then rapid 4 seconds really fast. Like really fast. Apparently as Will got past called like 4 seconds or something and controlled it from there. I guess that's Will glitched out. He spun off. Nice barrier lead and controlled it from there. I guess that's just thanks Speed for being a nice barrier.
Moving on from now, XRL Ricardo, I have to say though, moving on from now, XRL Ricardo, I have to say though, of all battles with 3 or 4 drivers, you had probably more battles in that entire race, but 3 or 4 drivers in second, and anybody else in that entire race, but congratulations you, 15 seconds. How was your race then?
Really good start. Past Smith sort of stayed like that, stayed really consistent. We're trying to have a clean race. Obviously, sort of stayed like that, staying the wet consistent. We're trying to have a clean race. All the spike, obviously, the 100 metre was really good. All the spike. I think got to the video. Had a lag spike. And we're 5 feet behind me, and I was like, oh my god. Had a lag spike. The one person that I didn't want to let pass. The one person that I didn't want to let pass. Then I just sort of focused on keep it on track. Then I just sort of focused on keep it on track. One in particular was right at the end with some speed. I think that was one in particular was right at the end with speed within 2 seconds of each other at the end, and it was unbelievable. I thought he would have had to stay within 2 seconds of each other at the end.
I thought he was going to have you at some point, but there's a couple of cases you closed the door on him very nicely as well. Wes, you closed the door on him very nicely as well. Wes, and it sort of didn't go really well for you. Started dropping down the field, and then, you know, go really well for you. Started dropping down the field, and then, you know, you got yourself back into it. I mean, Rapid made a mistake or whatever happened, and then you got yourself back into it. I mean, how was your race game at all?
We could tell.
Work together that part on this game. Yeah, you could tell, couldn't you? Yeah, that was together that part. The first you could tell. I just let everyone got on with it. Everyone was setting like 3 seconds lap past me, and I just let everyone got on with it. Everyone was just setting like 3 seconds lap past me, and I was waiting and waiting for the rain stop ahead, and then I was just waiting and waiting for the rain stop. And it wasn't dry. I decided to go in. I had like 4 or 5 cars. And it wasn't dry. Pit with him. But luckily I had like 4 or 5 cars go, oh, he's pitting. As soon as I got on the dry, I was quick, but I couldn't get them up to temperature quick enough. As soon as I got on the dry, I was quick, but I couldn't get them up to temperature quick enough. Keep your record of scoring and getting a podium in every race. Keep your record of scoring and getting a podium in every race. He came in for that, but obviously you stayed out on intermediates. He came in for that pit stop that you stayed out on intermediates for another 3 laps and gained a massive, you must have had for another 3 laps and gained a massive lead. You must have had a grin on your face when that happened, wasn't it?
I was.
It's grin on your face when that happened, wasn't it?
Oh, look at this, I could hear them very vaguely behind me saying, that's only green, look at this, that's not orange, I'm not looking at my heat, I let me go in. That's only green, but the problem is, once I came out on the dry, they let me go in. But the problem is, once I came out on the dry, they reeled me out. I was 20 seconds ahead at the start, and I was 13 at the end, it was just ridiculous.
Otherwise, if we had another 3 more laps, it's a good job it was only like Ricardo laps, otherwise if we had 3 more laps to catch you up. especially Ricardo and Speed, with the battles they were having. There was any questions you want to ask you guys?
Pied Piper, well done. I had a feeling you might win. You weren't my prediction tonight, it was Indio my prediction, but I knew you were good on here really, and you've proved that to me. So 2 seasons in a row you've won in Silverstone. Could you make it, if you were to stay next season, could you make it 3?
If it was wet, yes. I've always gone well here. The last time I actually lost here at Silverstone was my debut. I've always gone well here. The last time I actually lost here at Silverstone was my debut. The girls won here last season by like 10 seconds. The girls place on the final corner and wet for number 7 again.
Well, all I'm going to say is congratulations on your win in Silverstone. Ricardo, obviously now you're getting accustomed maybe to these podium finishing positions. Can you keep up the work?
I hope I can, but you know that's a tough order, especially with 5.5 speed. I hope I can, but you know that's a tough order, especially with 5.5. You know, speed going to keep me on my toes. Hopefully I can keep it going. You know, we'll just have to wait and see for the next race. On my toes.
Very well done to you. And lastly, Wes, another podium. You've not been off the podium all season. Could you keep that going for the second half of the season?
I was very worried that I was going to lose it there. Tom Chambers. I was very worried that I was going to lose it there. That Tom Chambers in Germany next.
Yes, Germany.
If it rains again, then I might not. The rest of the races are dry. If it rains again, then I might not.
Yeah, let's just make sure it's wet so that won't happen. Put it on heavy rain deliberately just for Wes. Well, thank you very much, guys, for your thoughts, and well done to everyone on their respective finishing positions. Obviously, tomorrow, Wes and I will be in the box for the F4 division for another 100% race distance around Silverstone. Jesus, 3 and 3/9. It's going to be fun for us before we have the double header on the Wednesday of F5 and T6. So thank you very much to Tomo for coming in tonight. Thank you to our podium finishers from Pied Piper, Ricardo, and from F1 Speed, and hopefully you can join us